Welcome in. Uh, Doing a 60 days in reunion show um, live stream. So, what are your thoughts on tonight's show? Um, what did you think about the people seeing the other people, what they did for the first time, um, their reactions? Honestly, the biggest takeaway for me was watching that Steve guy. What's up, Ernesto? How you doing, brother? S- Fine, fine. All right, good. So, yeah. What was your takeaway from the reunion show, bud? That Steve guy, man. I don't even know why they brought him on that show. I mean, I guess you know, so he could say his piece or whatever. But to me, I thought it was funny when one of the cops called him, basically called him a punk. Didn't think much of it to be honest. Yeah, I I I I took kind of agree. Um, they hit on a lot of things we've hit on previously, but uh, you know, um, just that Steve guy was a joke. Was named David was just a little got power hungry or didn't know how to handle uh being in a power position, um stuff like that. So what bothered me is that Mark was going at Steve, but it's David actually would have got. Yeah, that Steve guy, he was trying to say he was high. Man, that guy wasn't high. He was a bitch. He was scared, man. That's for real. He knows he wasn't high. If he is high, he'd have handled it a lot easier. I know I would have. Shoot, man. I just been like, whatever, man. I'm chilling. And really, you smoke some weed, that's gonna last what? Maybe 6 hours, eight tops. I mean, if you get some real good stuff. Yeah, he was just making excuses, man. That dude, he was scared out of his mind. He had no business being there. And I'm glad they got him out of there quickly before uh, anybody got hurt. Um, Seen a lot of because I like to live tweet during the show. I didn't really live tweet during this one, but I see that 60 days in and Abner is trending topic, and I think the only thing I can think of is uh, with his past, that he is a realist one, and and he knew exactly what was going on, and like he said, man, if they'd have got that if they'd have got that shank from that other unit over there, it would not have been good. And I'm glad that he was able to get out of there before all that, and because you know, doing this thing to help try to help a facility shouldn't you know, put a man's life at risk, and or for him to die, you know, heaven forbid, and thankfully he didn't. You know, it's just it's just sticky situation. And hey, I agree with I also got to give props to David because he was real about it. He owned up to making a mistake, and I believe him. Because I think him and Abner connected when they first met, and they were obviously both from the East. And I don't think he had any ill will in accidentally saying, you know, oh, that's my boy, because like, you know, like he just wasn't he wasn't on he wasn't thinking about what could what you know, saying that could do to him or put him in, you know, what position it could put him in. But I think he was for real and sincere, and that came off you know, real to me. And I'm glad to see, because like I wouldn't say I looked at David as a punk. I just looked at him as someone who really got uh kind of weird, and when he was in there, you know, like just it's kind of almost like he became an inmate, and then at the same time, like I don't know. But I'm glad that he admitted it, and you know, I'm glad the way he handled it. Let's put it that way. As far as the women go, hey, I'm glad that they pressed him on it, on not on how they clicked up so quickly, and oh, it basically just blew all their missions. You know, but yeah, I mean, it really wasn't much of a reunion to like talk about, because basically everything that I'd already come to the conclusions of, and I'm sure you too come to the conclusion of, was what happened. And um I will be interested to see whether or not they do another one of these, because it's obviously it's become, this was the fifth year, so people are kind of getting, you know, getting onto it. And like I imagine a lot of jails, um they're thinking that, you know, especially if there's any kind of camera crew, they're thinking that, you know, that that this could be, you know, that this is 60 days in or something like that, when in fact it could, you know, obviously is not. But I'm thinking it'll be interesting to see if they actually come out with a new season or not. I'm not sure if they will. I mean, if they do, they got, like we talked about before, they have to really um really tighten up on they're they can't be having people in the program. Sorry about that. I bumped this. People in the program uh doing an hour and a half interview and everyone else is doing like 20, 30 minutes. It's got to be uniform, you know, like here's a timeline that you got to follow and stuff like that. But I don't know. I like, as a fan of the show, I like the show, but at the same time, like, like you say, too many are getting suspicious. And like people in jail are already on edge, especially if they got, real time hanging over them, or if they got if they're looking at, who knows what. Um I mean, you got petty crap like shoplifters to um murderers in jail. And if uh if you got that big a mix, um then yeah, you can't be playing around with folks' lives. Just imagine the inmates' reaction when they found out they're actually undercover. Yeah, the male inmates especially, because, well, let's see. I think they all figured out in the end that uh Abner was undercover, but I don't think they thought at all about David, or uh not I don't think they thought at all about Mark either. So yeah, that'd be, I mean, if I was in jail and like two guys I spent time with in jail, come to find out they were undercover trying, working with the police, boy, yeah, that'd throw me for a loop, you know. I'd be probably upset, but at the same time, it just depends on my interaction with them individuals. But yeah, I don't know. Not sure what to make of it. Um, I don't know. I was hoping for a better episode, I guess. I don't know what I was hoping for. I thought it was pretty cool, the top 10. I thought some of them were crap. Um, like the whole Gabrielle and Angel, that wasn't no top 10 moment for me. That was BS. Homeboy getting beat down in his own bed by that schizophrenic dude. Yeah, that was a real moment from the show. And that another real moment was when they asked Nate to do another 60. And he's like, "Oh boy." He's like, "Yeah, I'd like to talk to my wife about that." Like if it was up to him, I think he'd have just said yeah right away. But all right, man. Yeah, take it easy. Do what you got to do. Um, but yeah, as far as 60 days in go, um, you know, I I like the show. I just don't know if it's uh something that can continue. Um, and I guess the people that create it and stuff will have to assess that and determine that, and we'll find out. I mean, if not, uh, these 5 seasons have been pretty good. I mean, it really is the one show that gave you a glimpse. All right, bro, no big deal, but it was one show that gave you a glimpse inside a jail without having to be there, you know. So if they do come back with 60 days in, that's cool. You know, but I don't know if they will. Um, because like you said, there's just a lot of suspicion around it now, and I don't know. We'll find out eventually, and you know, if this is the end, then it's the end. But it is what it is, and you know, like I said, it was a one show that would uh actually let you, take you inside of a jail and let you live or see through the lens of an inmate. You know, sort of. A lot is edited out and stuff, um and they just they gotta make entertainment. I'd much rather it just be straight up, but they have to make entertainment, otherwise folks aren't gonna watch. That's just the way it is, with everything, any kind of show. Um, but I don't know. Well, I'm hoping that everyone had that watched it. I don't know. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed Mark stepping, or was it Mark? Yeah, yeah, Mark. Mark stepping to that Steve guy, because that Steve guy. I don't know. He don't talk like that to no one uh out in public, man. He knew that not a thing was gonna happen in that setting with the cops right there, you know, calling Mark fat and telling him to, go on a diet and this and that. And that Steve dude, man, yeah, he don't act like that in real life. He'd be beat from head to toe if he acted like that. You can't walk around just talking just mad craziness. This is life, man. People ain't gonna put up with that bullshit. They just ain't. I mean, and then he's sitting there calling the cop, uh, bunch of stuff, and it's like, man, I don't know. I don't know how, he might, I bet he got a lot of beatings if he ever did talk that way. Um, but like I said, I think he's too much of a coward to really talk that way in public, in the streets, in normal life. When he's around, uh, three cops and stuff, yeah, he'll get the cockiness and courage to do so, but he ain't doing that, in a normal setting. Anyways, it's been 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes. Ernesto, thanks for coming in tonight, brother. Um, I don't know what other shows do you watch? What do you like to talk about? Hit me up with ideas, bro. in the comment section. Uh, I'm gonna post this video. I'm gonna in the stream post the video, and then after that, go back and hit me up with stuff that you would like uh, me to talk about, and um, and kind of help me uh, grow my audience. Like what do people around you, your family, or whoever you got around you, uh, what are they like? Um, and if you guys all have like a common thing, whether it's a TV show, series on, you know, one of the streaming platforms, whatever it is, buddy, just hit up the comment section, and don't forget to hit the like button. And I appreciate it. You have a great night. God bless. All right, bro. Peace.